Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the pound-for-pound best radio show around the world, it's Leave It in the Ring.
Well, man, like I said, you were pretty much in the same predicament. You were stepping in, again, the odds were against you. When you had faced Miguel Cotto, you were going in with a real tough Mexican fighter, Soto Coraz, who's a tough guy who resembles a lot and was a stablemate of Antonio Margarito, but you brought something. You look like, what's funny is that you told us a while back, look, I was done with boxing. It just, it was hard for me to get up, do the road work. I needed a break, and the break seemed to pay off for you. What happened that night?
I had a daughter. That's what happened. She changed my life around, and I got more serious into the sport, and, man, things are paying off now. The Cotto loss definitely, gave me a time to sit back and look at things, relax, enjoy some of the things I couldn't enjoy for years, because, I was so concentrated in the boxing, and, that's one of the things that when your dad is your trainer, he's always there watching you, so you can't do really a lot of stuff that you want to do. So that year was really helpful. I got married and I had a daughter, and that kind of, settled me in. That kind of put my head straight. Now I'm more concentrating in the boxing, and, it seems to be paying off. I'm doing more boxing now. It's like I'm a late bloomer now.
Right away, a lot of fight fans are going to say, Alfonso, you know how the fight fans are. You got your doubters and you got your believers, okay? And just like anything, there's always going to be a question mark in the air. People are already going to say, okay, you're fighting Jose Luis Castillo, the guy that gave hits to Diego Corrales. But obviously, you're not getting the same Jose Luis Castillo. Does that bring motivation still up to par, or are you looking at that in the position you're in right now? Are you looking at the same way the fight fans are looking at it, like, okay, I'm not getting the mirror of the guy of what he once was?
Well, I know I'm like getting this Jose Luis Castillo, who was on 135, fighting, these male fights. But he's definitely still a dangerous opponent. And more than anything, I am very convinced that I'm going to beat him, whether he's old or not. But the question here is how I'm going to beat him. Am I going to beat him the way an elite fighter would beat him, or am I going to beat him like a journeyman would beat him? And I want to beat him the way an elite fighter would beat him, so people can start seeing me in a more serious way. More and more people are accepting us now as real fighters, now that we have fought in HBO. Sergio got a world title. Jesse Brinkley, just got ranked #1 in the world for the world title. And Peter Manfredo also, he's been racking up wins. He had a chance for a title. So, you can't really say that we were reality stars, because if we were just actors, none of us would have made it this far.
Obviously, real actors don't take punches in the face. Real actors don't split open and bleed, Alfonso. We all know that. And you obviously have proven you're not no actor. You are a real fighter. But what fight right now? Let's go aside of the whole Jose Luis Castillo. Let's forget about that fight. What fight right now do you feel, hey, this is the fight that's going to close the door of the reality show persona and open the door to the I'm a real fighter persona to the fight fans?
Well, I really don't. Maybe a world title fight against some of the elite fighters, but they're too busy fighting each other. I know that Ricky Hatton wants to come back, so after this Jose Luis Castillo fight, I'm gonna tell my manager and do everything I can to get a fight with him.
First, I would love to get your comment on your last fight with Corraz, just in the regard of how dirty he fought you, man. I felt bad for you in there. To be honest, I thought he should have been disqualified. So just go take me through that, because that looked like a painful experience for you.
Well, I got cut. I got low blows, and a lot of them too. But I guess it was not part of his game plan. But he's just a white fighter. He keeps coming forward, throwing those white punches. And like I said, like I told you, co-host, I'm starting to do the step in, step out. Counter-punching style. So on some of those white punches, I was stepping in, so they accidentally hit me, or not accidentally, I don't know. But more than anything, it's his fault. He should have shortened his punches. The headbutt, you know, he headbutted me 2 or 3 times. Don't know if they were intentional or not. I think they were not. But at the end of the day, you know, the rules are rules. You have to adjust to what's happening. If he knew that he was, you know, hitting me low blows with his white punches, he should have just gone to plan B or changed his plan if he had any. But in my mind, I wasn't, you know, worried about it. I was just following my own game plan, which is jab a lot, trying to feint him, never stay on the same spot when I was with him, you know, don't trade with him, you know, just do my thing every round, because there's this Mexican inside of me, this Aztec that just wants to go in there and show everybody that I'm a macho. But I think I've showed that enough times. Now it's time to be smart about it.
So let me ask you this. After this next fight, let's just assume for a second it's successful, or even if it isn't, are you willing to go, like, on the road, like, outside of the country for your next fight? Sure. Are you willing to take it on the road if need be?
Definitely, yeah. First of all, I am going to win this fight, so that definitely has to be a priority. And after that, like I said, I would love to fight Ricky Hatton. He's coming back. I have a ton of fans in England, on the UK, and Manchester, all that area. So I'm sure a fight with him over there would be a success. And, you know, just another great fighter on my record will be awesome to have. So going overseas is definitely an option. I would love that.
And even though this is now becoming a more of a tired subject than anything else, if you could just make some kind of comment, you're fighting on Manny Pacquiao undercard, about that whole situation. Everybody has their own opinion. What's yours?
Fighting on his undercard? It's a blessing.
No, not that specifically. I mean, you know, the whole controversy surrounding him at the moment. What are your feelings about that?
I just think it's just part of being the greatest fighter. You know, people are gonna comment, how can you be the greatest? They always question it, but I don't believe he cheated. Maybe he takes kind of different supplements that we do or that other people do. You know, the Asian people, the Asian community have a lot of herbs. They have a lot of different tactics, mental strength. They're very spiritual, and that in itself is an extra power for your victories. So, you know, I don't think he is any kind of cheater at all until proven guilty. So far, to me, he's the best fighter ever, and I admire him for that. Fighting on his undercard, like I said, it's a blessing because I'm his #1 fan. So, you know, I just think that he's just a great fighter. Nothing outside of that.
Yeah, first thing I gotta say is thank you for that comment just now about Asian people having spiritual power and stuff like that. I really like that, man.
I did. I like that too. I didn't think about that. No, that's actually a pretty good answer, Alfonso. Muy chingón, Alfonso.
I just got a couple of quick questions, man. With this fight coming up, I mean, how would you rank him? You know, the current version of him in terms of all the opponents you've faced before.
Well, you know, I fought Gotti. I'm sure he's in the same vicinity as a future Hall of Famer, a Mexican fighter who everybody thought was going to be the next Chavez. He had those mega fights with Diego Corrales, kind of like Gotti did with Mickey Ward. He's stepping up in weight, kind of like Gotti did. So, you know, it's a very similar situation where I'm going to be fighting a future legend fighter, a living legend. So I guess it's going to be surreal fighting him kind of the way it was over there in Atlantic City when I fought Arturo Gotti. But at the same time, you know, I fought very hard opponents. I fought Peter Manfredo, who was actually fighting at 168, and Jesse Brinkley, and I beat them both. I also fought Ben Tacky, where I broke my hand in that fight. So, you know, I've been with very tough fighters, and I'm not. There's another very tough fight that I'm very preparing so hard for, that everybody's going to be surprised how much stronger, how much faster, and how rejuvenated I feel.
Hey, man, come on. Give us a little something before you leave, man.
You want me to do it in Spanish?
Yeah, go for it,
Hey, man, anything, bro. We love to hear the fighters sing a song.
Okay. Well, actually, it's a rap, not a song. I'll do it.
Yeah, let's hear it, bro. Let's hear it.
All right. Voy a enfrentarme contra José Luis Castillo, a.k.a. Nudillos de Martillo, pero yo no soy un clavo, soy un chavo bien sencillo. que aunque no parezca también cargo con ladrillos. Aquí no hay trampa, aquí no hay capetillos, aquí solo hay un veterano y un chiquillo. Sé que mi oponente trae mucho colmillo, pero yo soy un vampiro, soy el jefe del castillo. Just a little taste.
I don't know what he said, but it sounded tight, though.
Hey, Alfonso, were you freestyling right there? Because you were talking about Jose Luis Castillo.
Yeah, you said something about Castillo, bro.
Freestyling.
Freestyling right there, man. On Leave It in the Ring, Alfonso Gomez. Super Alfonso Gomez. Hey, brother, wish you all the luck, man. Can't wait to chop it up. Can't wait to meet up with you otra vez. Hey, thanks for calling in, man. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again.
Okay, brother. You take care, man. There you go, Alfonso Gomez chopping it up with Leave It in the Ring, talking about Jose Luis Castillo, which is